What's going on, everybody? John here, UJAM Custom Design, and today we're coming at you again with another Fusion 360 quick tips video. We're going to be very quickly running through 3 things that I wish I had really known when I started getting into Fusion 360. Now, obviously there's a lot to this program, and there's many more than the tips that we have here, but these are a few things that you're going to want to keep in mind to help speed up those designs and help make your life a lot easier moving forward. All right, so number 1, really important, make a plan. Know what the design is going to look like initially, how things are going to relate to one another within the sketch, and start to draw that out. That's really what I like to do. I just like to grab pencil and paper and just start to sketch things out. It's super important to try to have a good understanding of how those entities within your sketch are going to relate to one another as you move forward. We're going to get to a little bit more of that here in a few minutes. All right, number 2, always start with a new component. Please start with a new component. This was something that I really had a hard time getting used to when I jumped into Fusion 360. Creating multiple components within a single design space is something that's really tough to get used to, but it's super helpful moving forward. All you have to do is under Assemble, click New Component, select the type of component you want to create, give it a name, and then click OK. And you'll see a new component appear in your design browser to the left, and because it's the first component in the design, it will automatically be selected as the active component. And number 3, fully constrain your sketches. Please, 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 please fully constrain your sketches. So when we say constraint or constrain, what we're basically saying is how one sketch entity relates to another. For example, how a line would relate to another line. So for example, with those 2 lines, let's say that they're always going to be parallel, and you know that those 2 lines are always going to be parallel. You can constrain them as such so that no matter what you do to that drawing, those 2 lines are never not parallel. I hope that made sense. This is just good practice in general, and my recommendation is to use built-in constraints first, and then you can use dimensions within the sketch to constrain it further after that. And you'll see here on this tube that I'm designing, I'm using the coincident constraint to keep the centers of both circles together. Then I'm using dimensions to constrain the size of the circles. And you'll know the sketch is fully constrained when all of the lines and points are black, or when the icon next to your sketch in the browser tab has a padlock on it. And that's going to bring us to a bonus tip. When you're constraining using dimensions, you can use existing dimensions to establish a new dimension. Let's say I know that this pipe is always going to have a 1/8 inch wall thickness, but maybe the outside diameter could change at some point. To make future changes easier, I can create my inside circle diameter, but instead of typing a value, I can use the outside circle dimension label as a function value in my new dimension. Then no matter how large that outer circle gets, the inner circle always changes with it. And there you have it. 4 things that, if you remember, will help speed up your designs and make your journey through Fusion 360 a lot easier. And don't forget, if you found this video helpful, remember to hit the thumbs up button and remember to subscribe to catch our new content coming out. Then head on over to Twitch at twitch.tv/Jilkins, where you can follow me. We can hang out, chat, design, 3D print stuff, and even play a game or 2 live.